Hello and welcome back to the Grizoo. My name is Grizoo, and today we are having the most special of episodes that has ever happened in the history of my channel, because my history of my channel is that I've been uploading for a year. I know, pretty crazy, and the fact that it took me a full year to get to a zoo tour of the Grizoo, my first zoo I've ever built, is pretty crazy. But I felt like it was fitting for my 1 year anniversary of posting on YouTube. So this will be probably a pretty long video actually, because this zoo is very confusing. There's a lot of pathways and a lot of places we can go and routes we can take, and choosing one is very difficult. We're starting off. We did not make a custom entrance. I honestly didn't know you could change the entrance. So first zoo mistake. But we did make custom staff buildings. We'll go take a look at these. So just like a nice little greenhouse kind of thing. Going here, we got some staff coming in to take a break. Yeah, so that's what our staff buildings look like. They're pretty much symmetrical on each side. Don't mind those protesters. They're leaving because the animals are happy. But we'll just go up this ramp. And we'll take a look at our very first exhibit we built, the African buffalo. Pretty simple exhibit. If I learned anything, I probably would not put a hoofed animal with horns in a glass enclosure. Really wasn't thinking that through logistic wise, but game wise it works. So that works pretty good. And yeah, we have a little baby right there. So yeah, let's keep going. And I kind of want to go, we'll go clockwise. We'll go this way. So here we have our gharial exhibit, which is an addition onto our Reptilian Pavilion, which is that building right there. Is really cool because there's an underwater place where we'll go next. But first we'll take a look at our Amir Leopard enclosure with a little climbing structure up top. And then down below you can see they have the staff building is right there. And yeah, a lot of climbing to get them up in the guests viewing area. Pretty fun enclosure, a little boring, but you know, first zoo I've ever made. Don't hold me to anything too closely. And look at that big guy right there. He's just hanging out, having a great time. And then we'll come down here. There isn't really anything that way. If I ever do come back to this zoo, maybe we'll do some expansions. And I did leave room for the expansions. And here comes a train. Nobody's on it. Okay. Yep. So here is the simang exhibit. Another fun one. Got a lot of climbing structures. Got this little feeding platform out here to get the guests nice and close to them. Fun little island theme. Got the foggy mist going. It looks very jungly and mysterious. A little bamboo hut back there for them. And yeah, We have just like a little kind of dining area where you can get some food. And now we have our proboscis monkey habitat. You can see one over there. Oh, there's one. Yeah, so now we'll just make our way over to the Reptilian Pavilion. And here's the underwater for the proboscis monkeys. I haven't really seen them use it, which is kind of disappointing. Because how fun would it be to come down that ramp and see a monkey swimming around in this tank? But like I say, I haven't really seen them ever using that, so a little bit of a bummer, but it's okay. Now we'll just go in here, check out our gharial in the underwater. Have a lot of babies right now. And then we have all of our reptiles basically in the Reptilian Pavilion, so it's very fitting. A lot of thought went into that name. Here's the Reptilian Pavilion. We fix our typos around here, so don't worry about that. I'll just give you a quick look. It kind of goes from desert to more jungle. That's kind of the way I set it up. And then you have a little education center right here. Or a talking point, I guess. So yeah, nice little educational place for our guests to go. And back there we have some guests just kind of hanging out. Definitely not stuck on an entrance platform. And here we have more of our proboscis monkey habitat. Some food. And here we have our binturongs. So we have a couple in there. Just a nice small little enclosure. We'll go to our greenhouse in a little bit, but we'll go up here first. Alright, so there's a better view of our binturong enclosure. Just kind of a nice little small area for them to kind of climb around on and hang out. And then across from them we have our orangutan and tapir exhibit with two memorials for Diane and Ajij. They were mauled by a tiger, and the tiger exhibit is right across the way from them. So that's where we're going next. It was a very tragic episode. If you did not see that episode, yeah, they got mauled by a tiger right by this pool. Luckily, it seemed to have happened almost instantly. I don't think there was a lot of pain involved. I think it was relatively quick deaths, but sad nonetheless. And here we have the tiger exhibit. We built the walls up. They're nice and strong. I don't think there will be much escaping from this point forward. But yeah, when you're planning your zoo, maybe don't put one of the fiercest big cats next to just some peaceful little animals. But we have a nice little walkway through kind of like the Asian animal enclosures. And then up here we have our Asian small-clawed otter. So this is kind of the outdoor, kind of high up viewing area. Here comes one right now. So yeah, it gives you a pretty good view of the otters as they go into the water. Oh, there's one in the water over there. And then we also have an indoor area for them, for all their sleeping. Oh my gosh, a baby, look at him. A cute little guy. So yeah, nice little viewing area. Then we have a train station. Did I miss? Yes, I did miss an animal down here. So here's another view of our tigers. And then over here we have our Indian rhinoceros. Kind of across from that little eating food area. The space only really allowed for one in there, which I think is nice. I think it showcases the animal a little bit better, just having one. Yeah, that's that. There's simangs over there. I'm just there we go. All right, it's morning time again, so here we'll go up. We have a couple restaurants right there. Don't mind that lady. What is that sound? I have no idea. That's a crazy sounding sound to hear in a zoo. Yeah, so here we have these guys. I don't know where they're at. They're in there somewhere, probably. We'll figure it out. And we have the newts, which are also probably somewhere in there. And then, yep, the train station, which I'll take you guys on a ride later. More restaurants. Now we have our Formosan black bear trail. There's one just hanging out. There's the otter underwater, which I already showed you guys. But yes, the black bear trail. Very fun. Gets you right up close to them. Viewing dome over there. And the trail just kind of goes all the way along this. So it gives them lots of room to walk around. And then across the way we have our elephant enclosure. You can see one back there sleeping. There should be another one. There he is. Oh, there's two. Yeah, so just hanging out. Probably a little on the small side for Indian elephants, but yeah, I think it gives you a good view. Nice look at everything. More restaurants over here. Another train station. we will go check out our red crown cranes. Which should be in here somewhere. Fence is a little beat up. Is that one back there? Yep, there's one back there. Oh, we can look through this little hole. There we go. Red crown crane back there by the waterfalls. Kind of just like a little hidden spot in the back of our zoo. This is kind of another area where if we ever do come back to the Grizoo, we will expand further that way into the forest. But for now, it'll just be a nice little secluded area for our red crown cranes. And then over here we have a lemur exhibit, and it looks like they've been pretty busy. But we have the red ruffed lemur and then the black and white lemur. Pretty fun exhibit. I like the I added these kind of black and white posts with rope, and that gives them plenty of climbing area. And it matches the color scheme. You know, you got the red on there for the red ruffed lemur, and the black and white for the black and white lemur. So yeah, very nice, cohesive feeling exhibit. And yeah, so that's them. Let's see. Over there we have our Africa area, which I don't think we'll go in right now, because we gotta finish up our Asian area. But we do have a nice little restaurant, food court, and then we have some tables. So here we have on the other side of the Indian elephants, we have our Lar gibbon exhibit with an indoor climbing structure that goes to the outdoor. I don't see any right now. They're probably over here. Yep, there's one right there. So yeah, a lot of climbing for them. Let's see, over there is the tiger again, so we won't spend too much time over here. There's a gibbon running around over there, jumping. But we'll head back this way. And here we have another screen that's off, but trust me, there's a pangolin in there. There it is. And yeah. This is kind of my first dip into making a small enclosure. So it still, to me, feels a little big for how big these guys are. But I think the amount of space works, I think. And raising the ground up so that the pangolin kind of is on the guest level, I think really helps to showcase the animal. Yeah, there's the whole thing. And then over here we have the indoor area for our small clawed otters. And we have, you'll probably notice throughout this zoo, we have a lot of greenhouse areas. The elephant enclosure, greenhouse. This is a greenhouse. I think it makes a lot of sense just for all the plants that we have growing inside the indoor areas, just to bring in some natural light. Yeah. So let's see, what did we miss over here? I guess we'll take a look at our Central America center of our zoo. Central America kind of runs up the center of the zoo. And it kind of ends over here with the sea lions. So we'll take a look at their underwater viewing. So as you can see, the underwater is massive. Plenty of space for them to swim around. I'm just gonna poke my head. There we go. Plenty of space for them. A lot of deep water diving. And it looks like we have a lot in our enclosure right now. We'll go up here and we'll take a look at the above ground portion for it. So it kind of runs out and we have like a little sandbar that they can hang out on top of. You can see a baby right there. This guy's coming up. So yeah, it's pretty fun enclosure. It used to be a caiman enclosure, but we had a lot of fighting in their midst because the population kept getting too big. So I decided to change it to a sea lion enclosure. I think it looks pretty fun. Cracked glass, but yeah. We meet all our safety requirements here at the Grizoo. Now we'll go check out our Galapagos tortoises. The breeding program is very successful, I will say. No problems there. But just a nice little area. I'm gonna jump over this fence. Wait. And we're gonna take a look out at this little greenhouse. So they can just kind of come out here, soak up the sun, take a look at that Mexilente. Pretty cool. Alright. And now we will go check out our Capuchins. Once again, breeding program is going very successfully. A lot of space for them to climb up these trees. But of course, they spend most of their time on the ground. Alright, let's see, what did I forget? We'll go back. Kind of towards the entrance, we have a nice Mexilente right there. And we will take a look at the beginning of our African area. Oh, and I never showed you guys the viewing area for the African buffalo. So yeah, as I grew as a Planet Zoo designer, I learned that glass next to a horned animal with no barrier or anything in front of the glass for the animal to not headbutt it, probably not the smartest idea. But this honestly was like the first exhibit that I made in Planet Zoo, so cut me some slack. I was gonna change it, but I'm a little nostalgic for this habitat, so we kind of are leaving it the way it is. I mean, look at this. Look at the attention to detail that came with this enclosure. Wonderful. All right, but here we have an addition. So I made this sign pretty early on. And I didn't add these peacocks until later. I kind of wanted something that would just kind of roam around. This was before I knew how to do exhibits without fences and stuff. So using the buffalo grass, or the elephant grass, sorry. So I probably would go back and put elephant grass everywhere just to keep these guys within the boundaries, but give them a little more free range and guest interactivity. I would probably do that, but yeah, for now they're behind a fence. And yeah, breeding program going great for them. Definitely won't be going extinct anytime soon. And a nice bird cave, because all birds live in caves. So very important to include a cave with your peacocks. And here we have our aardvarks. There's one over there. And there's a couple and a little baby. And then that rock area is their indoor enclosure, which is pretty fun. I like it. Oh, that guy's on the move. So yeah, nice little kind of discreet indoor area, but also it looks like it's man-made. I was really at the time liking the 3D printed walls, and I would say now that I don't like those walls. But yeah, I mean, it's used all over. Well, it's used all over in this zoo. So to change it in one area, I feel like I would have to change it in all areas, and I don't want to do that. Alright, we'll circle back to the bug bungalow in a minute, but first we're going to take a look at our Caracal. Oh, it looks like we have 3 in there. Okay. I thought we only had 1 for some reason. I don't... but... yeah, I don't think breeding works with just 1. So we must have had 2 in there. Fun enclosure though. It has a nice little like cat wall right there that they can jump around on. Little bridge right there. Pretty fun. Here's another angle of our aardvarks. And then over here we have our mandrill and red river hogs in a habitat known as the Mandrill Mansion. But before we get too far, I need to show you guys this train station and the bug bungalow. So I'm gonna run. So probably they will, guess we'll either go left or right there, and they'll come right in here to the butterfly exhibit. Yeah, I put this one down before I knew that you could add more foliage to it. And there should be some butterflies in. Oh, goodness. I guess, yeah, there's a butterfly right there. There's a butterfly right there, and a butterfly right there. Yeah, so it's a little barren. Mainly, yeah, like I said, I didn't know you could add more plants to it. Okay, we're gonna ignore them. But here are all of our exhibit boxes full of bugs because it's a bug bungalow. There's our Amazonian centipede sculpture that I made up top, so it's just kind of to make you feel real small, like you're a little bug crawling underground. Little glimpses in the ceiling at the massive centipede above you. And then here we have our anteater and a boxed one. I'm sure he'll get out of that box soon. But yeah, what makes more sense in a bug bungalow than an anteater and a Fennec fox? Here we have the Fennec foxes somewhere. They're usually out, but they must be sleeping in their den. Yeah, they must be sleeping. Okay, I'll go upstairs and I'll give you guys a better look at the Amazonian centipede. This is night 2 of our tour. So yeah, here is the up close look at the centipede. It was a fun build, first like sculpture I ever made. And yeah, there's not really a lot up there. I put a viewpoint up here, just to bring guests up here, hopefully. I'm gonna slide down that railing. Then here we have a little bug thing. And it's alright. And some grass showing. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Maintenance hasn't been around for a while. But now we'll go check out this side of the Mandrill Mansion and deeper into our African portion of the zoo. So like I said, Red River hogs, they did kind of take over the habitat. But yeah, I mean, Red River hogs are perfect in every way, so don't blame them. Another pathway to expansion if we ever decide to do that. And here we have our African dogs. There's one right there. Oh, wow. A nice little cave for them, some platforms for them to run and jump on. Pretty fun. Here is our indoor area for our mandrill. I've never seen any Red River hogs climbing around on these platforms. Not saying that it's impossible, but it is highly unlikely to ever see a Red River hog up there. So yeah, if you're looking for any Red River hogs up, you're not going to find them. You might not even see a mandrill up there, because mandrill spend most of their time on the ground. Now we're just keeping on our African dog run. It's just kind of a long thing, kind of like the Formosan Black Bear Trail. Very similar shape. And now we get to our African penguin exhibit. They have taken over. The breeding program is very successful. Yeah, look at them little waddling. That's funny. But yeah, they seem... That guy's walking on the ground. Oh my goodness. Yeah, plenty of swimming space for them. Pretty fun. I like them. We have a little donut stand next to our African dogs and a bathroom and more area for expansion. And now we come to our gorilla enclosure. It looks like our breeding program is doing pretty good. We did have this exhibit shut down for a while because we didn't have any gorillas. AKA Frontier's animal trading system was broken over Christmas and I couldn't get more. But yeah, nice little misty forest vibe for them, and a little climbing platform, and yeah, just some signs about deforestation and stuff like that. Another climbing structure. Some playthings, and this was honestly probably the most difficult thing to get to work in the zoo, was making this cave to the upper cage. The cage is really only viewable from the train, and that was kind of what I was trying to amplify, was just visibility from the train to make it more exciting. I know if I saw a gorilla up on top of something like that, I would be very excited. Yeah, so back to our lemurs. We'll go through our sloth and capybara greenhouse. So here we have a sloth. They should be right there. Yeah, so he's been moving for quite some time now, and he'll get there when he gets there. But we'll go over to our capybaras. We have a couple albino ones, a couple of normal ones, a nice misty lagoons for them to just kind of hang out in. Yeah, a nice little flowery meadow. Pretty nice. I honestly, I think, is that the whole zoo? I think that's the whole zoo. So let me zoom out so you can get a feel of what we just walked through. I guess that was 40 minutes. Yeah, so here is everything we just toured through. And then we'll go on the train in a minute. And spoiler alert, the train is only left side viewing. The right side, you just get a bunch of trees. But yeah, so our zoo entrance is over there. We went over here first, then we went down there, then we went over here, and now we're here. I think that I did everything. So now I'm gonna teleport you guys over to the train. Alright everybody, welcome aboard the Grizoo train. First stop will be our African dogs on the left. There you can see one jumping, one walking, and one running. And there's a wild maintenance man. Up next we have the gorillas. There you can see one playing soccer and a couple of babies. Nobody is in the upper viewing area, but that's okay. Next up, don't miss it, a lemur and red crown cranes. And now you can get off here if you want, or you can stay aboard. Oops, sorry. Now we have our Formosan black bear. Don't blink, you'll miss them. There they are. And now up next we have our Indian rhinoceros. I'm not seeing it right now. It must be asleep. And there's our siamangs climbing around. If you look closely, you might be able to see a gharial in that spot. But here is our Amur leopard. And we're coming back around to the entrance of our zoo. I don't know if the guests would really be that interested in the staff buildings. But if you're watching this video, you probably are. And I believe there's some anteaters down there that you might have been able to see, but yeah, there we have it. The train ride at the Grizoo. And I would just like to thank everybody for making it such a wonderful year. It's been a blast making videos for you guys. Hopefully I make more. Work is honestly pretty stressful. Work and YouTubing is very stressful. I'm busy all the time. Also a newborn baby, very difficult. But enough likes and enough views keep me going. So like and subscribe. And I will see you next time. At the Grizoo, but not really because I don't think I'll add anything here for a while. But I might. You never know. Yep, like and subscribe. Love you. Bye.